In today's episode, we're going to be talking about everyone's favorite subject and often, surprisingly, a very, very controversial subject, networking.
For me, networking at events is usually a mix of formal and informal opportunities to discuss with other people in the industry. So the informal part is usually in the after-hours settings, you know, when you go to mixers or go to events after the event hours itself and have the opportunity to meet a lot of different people in the industry. The formal part is usually during the event hours where you have a number of meetings set up, not necessarily with a specific purpose or to discuss a specific subject, but just to introduce and discuss what you're working on and listen a little more to what they're working on as well.
First things first, you have to ask yourself, why are you even networking? Do you want to network so you can gain new friends? Or are you networking for a specific purpose, like a business partnership?
So usually at events, what you want to do is you want to kind of pinpoint what companies and people you want to speak with. Usually you'll be sent, or they have this online where there's like a pamphlet that says like all the companies and all the vendors who will be there.
If it's stuff that I'm interested in, I'll find out, certain things about the games. I'll do some research, find out what's coming up, if they have a new update coming up, or maybe certain people I know are going to be there, like community managers, or certain people that work there that I know are going to be working the booths. That kind of makes it a little easier for me. That might not work for everybody, but at least find out who's going to be there. Make a plan. Who do you want to see? What games do you want to see?
It is so important to take a bit of time prior to the event and see if you can find out who's going to be there. Are there any key people that you're interested in networking with? Do a little bit of research on them and find out what you can about them, what games they like, what their personality is like. That way when you do meet them in person for the first time, you have something to start a conversation with and to engage them.
Let's say you're at a gaming convention or at a meetup and you see somebody that you want to talk to. Doesn't matter who they are, whether they are a streamer or a content creator that you like, whether they are somebody that works for a big software or gaming company that you want to have a business relationship with. Maybe it doesn't matter who it is, just go talk to them. And an easy way to do it is to say hi. Just saying hi. If you already know them, you can say you're a big fan of their work. You can say what you like about them. If it's, let's say, a streamer, you can mention how you know them and you know their content, which is something that I will tell you as somebody that gets approached for that. It is so nice when somebody comes up to me and says, hey, Monkeyism, I watch you. I watch when you did this, when you played that game, that was so cool. It instantly creates a topic of conversation, me in this case, but it's an easy topic of conversation and it's fun. And that way I get to see the person not just as a username, but as a real living, breathing human being.
It doesn't hurt to say hello to other people. Like the worst you're gonna get is like a stare down, I guess. But yeah, it's just natural to say hello. You can find more about certain people. Whether there could be some people who you have looked up to, or someone that you know or heard of, but never really have met them in real life. So those kind of events definitely provide you those opportunities to allow you to get more involved, and as well as putting your name out there as who you are. And then you never know, you could be someone important to other people. So there's many different perspectives and considerations to think about.
You always want to make sure that you have business cards. That's very important, business cards, because
no one will write down your email address or your social media usernames or something like this in the middle of an event.
It's very hard to remember people, especially at conventions, if you've met so many people, and if you don't have that business card, it's kind of a lost cause sometimes. But we did do a cool video on that, so make sure you guys check that out as well.
Do not straight up hand your business card as you're about to meet somebody for the first time. Don't do it. Just it will ruin everything, trust me.
So definitely kind of, have a conversation, because, you're talking to human, not like robots, or, as much as you think they're robots working at booth, everybody's a human. including me. So you want to go ahead and talk to people, and then you know, when you start talking about their product as well, if you use their product, you kind of, you know, start talking about your everyday situation as well, like experience with the product, and then, you know, start saying like, hey, and then maybe spark a conversation saying, hey, maybe this is pretty good. Like, I actually am a streamer or a content creator, and I use your product as well, and I would like to talk to you maybe in the future or something, and then, you know, exchange cards.
How should I introduce myself?
I wouldn't walk up and be like, hello, I am ZYX Cool Boy the Gamer 420 No Scope, and I am a partnered streamer, and I have 10,000 followers, and I don't. No, I mean, it's not how you would talk to anyone.
I would be as professional as possible. I would use my real name. That's just my own personal preference. I know that a lot of people will kind of introduce themselves as their, you know, their net handle. Like if I walked up to somebody and it said, hey, my name's Idiot Machine, they'll kind of look at you like, okay. But if you say, hi, my name's Scott, you know, I post on, you know, Twitch or Twitter or YouTube. I create content, I make videos, I really like your game, I think that what you guys are doing over here is really awesome, or I think this card game is great, I think these videos you're doing, or this equipment that you're manufacturing, I think this is really awesome. You know, just kind of going in there and just saying, hey, I just wanted to say thank you, you know, for what you guys are doing. Just, you know, being polite, being respectful, and being professional go a long way when it comes to talking to people.
When making introductions to a person, you have to know, or at least know of the person. Do your research, because it's kind of insulting to someone if you just say hello and you don't really know much about their work. Like if you just know their face and that's it. So come in and say like, hey, I'm blah and I'm a fan of your work, or we love what you do at something. So tell them what you appreciate about them or about their work, or both, so that you kind of break the ice from there and you don't come in as like,
hey, talk to me, or I am this guy, I have this number of followers, I do this, I do that, I'm the best one.
I want money from you now, and I want free video games and free PC components.
Let's not go there. Just say something nice about them, and then introduce yourself a little bit more.
I mean, don't sidle up to a group and be like, my mother owns these trousers. Yes, we shall be friends. Like, that's not gonna get it. Like, introing with like, hey, I'm super mad boy, I'm angry at games 420 Vape Nation, and I got 10 billion subscribers. Can I have a free shirt? Can we work together where you pay me?
When you're approaching a group of people or a person, it's important to keep your body language in mind. Be someone that they want to be approached by. Stand up tall, have a smile, make eye contact, keep your hands out of your pockets. Try not to cross your arms on your chest, or slouch down, or have your hood up, hiding because you're shy, or looking down or around anywhere but at them. All of those are signs that you don't want to be engaged. So stand up straight, smile, look at them.
I think the most important is to get a good feel of the situation at hand. So if a group of people have a close and private and intimate discussion, you wouldn't just barge in and start talking with them. So just read the room, read the situation, read the people. So sometimes it works better to approach a group of people and join the conversation, and then start talking as a part of that conversation. In other situations, it might be more appropriate to just approach someone who's standing alone at a time where they're not engaged in conversation with other people.
But if you're in a group, like if there's at least someone you know standing around someone you don't know that you want to get to know, that person in the group is your way in. You know, hey, it's not weird that I'm here. Because it could seem that it's weird that you're here. Because even though conventions are like a big space for everyone to meet and hang out, social conventions still exist. Let us not forget that.
If you recognize somebody, go talk to them, but don't interfere a conversation which is rude. I hate it a lot. But then you can't be rude against them too, right? Because like you'll have a conversation and someone be like, hey, I know you. It's like, hey, I'm talking with.
But I did that. I ambushed my current boss now a few years ago. He was in a group of people, and at the time I had a letter from XSplit saying like we're gonna be here, and I said why not go check them out, and I basically waited for him to be finished talking with people, and I introduced myself and said, hi, my name is Brandon. I have my a gaming website. I'd love to connect with you guys eventually after this convention. And that's kind of how the networking for me and XSplit started, was me waiting to kind of ask him for information and see if I could learn more. But you don't want to be a creepy person sitting there waiting like, okay, I'm waiting for you to be done. But sometimes that does happen a lot at conventions, that you may see like a company or a person that you weren't aware of was there. But just being polite and just and telling them, hey, I'd love to talk to you when you get the chance. Like maybe you could schedule something outside of the event at one point or get contact later as well. So yeah.
So you've successfully networked. Yay you. The biggest thing is following up. Absolutely follow up. If it's a casual thing, maybe a streamer or a YouTuber, feel free to add them on Twitter right away, tweet at them, let them know. But if this is something that could be a business partnership,
generally I'll go a few days. Like I'll get back, because generally with XSplit we're traveling all over. So some of us have got quite long distances. By the time we get back, sometimes a day has passed. But I'd say like a couple of days, once everyone's settled, once everyone's back and relaxed, I go through the business cards I've got, which see our previous videos to learn all about business cards. Go through them, who I want to email, who I want to talk to, send a little email, hey, nice to meet you, da 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 da.
And the week after, depending on how the feel is with your correspondence, start discussing possible opportunities and means to keep in touch.
Don't wait too long. The longer you wait to get in touch with people after an event, to follow up with them, the more they're going to forget about you. So even if you made all that effort to do the research prior, or you had a great conversation, or you made a great first impression with these people, if you don't follow up in a timely manner, there's a high chance they're going to forget that first impression.
So networking works best if you make an actual connection with the person that you're talking with, and that you don't just pitch, that you also listen to what they have to say. So networking is not just shorthand for business pitch opportunities. It's actually making connections that can lead into either short-term opportunities or maybe just into opportunities on the long run by having a good network of people in the industry that you're connected with.
All right, so that's it for this episode regarding networking on events you visit.
Make sure you guys follow us on social media on player.me, YouTube, Facebook, everything, Twitter. If you guys aren't following, I'm going to be very angry because we're giving away some good tips here for free. So guys, make sure you subscribe right now and follow as well. So that works.